So the Draken Station, take one.
This is it. Draken Station, take one. Our official lunch.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joe, for setting this up. We are very excited to start bringing content to the Drakenverse. I like to call it the Drakenverse.
Dude, when you reached out to me and asked me to help you with this podcasting, I was like, what the fuck? Like, Jamie wants to do a podcast? Okay, that's cool. That's different. I was all about it, man.
Yeah.
And we talked about it the other day. Now is the time, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now is the time. There's not going to be any content. We're talking about big production anytime soon.
No.
Not with this social distancing going on.
No.
Hell no.
No.
No way.
No. You know, with everything the way it is in this country, you know, I can't foresee production coming back anytime soon. I think the latest projections was production would start again next year. So we're looking at almost 2 years without any new content.
Let me ask you something. Do you think... Okay, so the people listening to this, we are broadcasting from downtown Los Angeles. So,
sir,
do you think we are opening too early?
You know, I think that we don't have a choice. You know, I think that if we don't open now, you're going to see more rioting. You're going to see, you know, civil unrest. You know, people are going to go crazy. They've already been cooped up for 2 months. Yeah. You know, you have to open, and, you know, you're just going to have to take your chances, I think, at this point. You know, some states are I think, are better off. They have less degrees of infection. And some states, like, you know, California, where we are, have more. New York has more. So those states have to be more careful. But, you know, let's say, for instance, I think South Dakota, I believe, never closed because they don't have people. Right? If they don't have people, then there's no risk of infection.
For sure.
Nashville, Tennessee has just opened up. You know, I think that bars and restaurants, the servers have to wear masks and gloves, but as far as I know, they're open as of today, which is 5/15/2020.
You know what I didn't like is that they prolonged this thing, man.
Yeah.
If out of the gate, when they shut us down, made us wear a mask, because in the first 2 weeks, I felt every American did what they supposed to do,
yeah,
or at least what they were told to do.
Yeah.
And now, what, 2 months in, they're losing it, dude. Well, they're losing it, man.
Yeah, you know, how could you expect people to stay at home during the summer with no money, right? No way to support themselves. The government looks like it's lying to you now because after the 2 months, they're asking for extensions and more extensions. A lot of people haven't gotten any stimulus money yet. All of the paycheck protection programs, all of that money went to the big companies. You know, the Lakers got $20 million. Ruth Chris Steakhouse got $20 million. Can you imagine that? Like, how much of that money, if you distributed it amongst all the small businesses, how many people that could have helped?
Well, here's my personal opinion. I think had they started out of the gate, just look, don't worry about your bills. We're just gonna freeze it.
Yeah.
Let's just all get this together. And if they would have done that, it would have been a different outcome. Because right now, all of everyone's common denominator right now is our bills.
Right.
Right? And if you're a homeowner and you've been paying mortgage for X amount of years, you're not trying to lose your house, man.
No.
You're not trying to lose your house. They waited too long. People are done. People are starting to think they're starting to call it BS.
Yeah, I guess it is. Because look, you know, the people that have not been paying rent, they were under probably the assumption that, hey, you know, if I don't pay rent, you know, when it comes back on, I could pay payments or it's distributed out more over a long period of time. People are like, actually, I think it's in Oklahoma, people have been getting served with eviction notices now.
And you know, how much do you think the rent's in Oklahoma? Definitely nowhere near LA, dude. You know what I'm saying? If Oklahoma is handling evictions, LA is not cheap, man.
It's not cheap, but look, you've got all these people that, you know, have not been working, have not been paying rent. They're about to be put out on the street, right? Of course, it's going to cause a lot of stress, man. You know, it's hard to get food. You know, like Kroger, Tyson, you know, meat packing plants. All of their workers are infected. You know, this is just bad. It's been handled very poorly all the way around. I don't think there's any argument there. whether you're a Democrat, whether you're Republican.
What letter grade do you give it?
Oh man, you know what? I would give this a D because I think that there was an effort, but it failed catastrophically.
I give it a C minus. I'm
minus.
not gonna say that we didn't try.
No, we tried.
And I'm talking about the president.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say he didn't try because he could have easily said whatever, right? But he did listen, and he gave it effort.
Sure.
Right? And to be fair, every county, every state is different.
Sure.
We can't say the same for LA for Oklahoma.
Sure.
We can't. But here's the thing. I think Trump could have easily, like, everything was laid out for him, right? And we talked about this the other day about how the difference between the Democratic and the Republican Party, in my opinion, is this. The Republicans, they're together, man.
They are.
You can call them racist, you could call them whatever you want, right? But they ride or die.
Yeah.
And then on the Democrats, they're a mess.
Yeah.
They're a mess. It's like a buffet. You don't even know what you want anymore.
Right. That's true.
There's just so much. But anyways, going back to Trump. If he would have just took charge, right? Because we already know his party will listen. At least that's what I've been observing. And if he would have locked us down and we all would have stayed in and let's say the numbers dropped, dude, how good would he have looked?
You know what? Like I would have done, man. I thought about it, about this whole build the wall stuff. He could have had that funding. You know what? You know what I would have done if I was him and said, hey, you know, we have a pandemic. Man, you know what? Give me money to build the wall. He'd have it. You know, he would have had it, man, and he would have satisfied his base.
Well, think about this. You don't like Trump, right?
No.
But no, not you personally.
No, I don't. No,
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I don't.
Okay.
And I'm fairly conservative. I don't like. Yeah.
I'm neither or, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
If he say you're a liberal, since everyone in the thinks we're liberals here, and we are to a certain degree. We are to a certain degree. But here's the thing: if Trump would have totally just took charge, right, liberal or not, let's say he shut down the government and the city and did what he had to do. 3 weeks, we all hunkered down together. How can you be mad if the cases go away?
Right.
Right? If the numbers say he will look so good.
Yeah, you know, it was a missed opportunity because I think he was trying to satisfy, you know, the big business interest and the politicians first instead of the people. And, you know, look what happened. You know, he was trying to get it so that, you know, the economy wasn't ruined. But, you know, he was in that position where, look, no matter what he does, the economy is going to be ruined.
Yeah.
And, you know, he was looking at re-election coming up. He was looking at the numbers, you know, and, you know, I think he went with, oh, man, I got to get reelected versus trying to help the country.
Yeah.
You know. And, you know, that's why there's a stimulus, right? Because, like, it's basically buying votes.
Oh, 100%.
You know? He's buying votes. Like, he's giving most of the stimulus money to big business so that they could contribute to his campaign, you know, or that's, you know, the favor that he had to repay. And, yeah, you know, it left normal people out.
And here's the thing. I don't like talking about politics a lot, too, but it's everywhere. I don't even see Biden in...
Well, what's he gonna do? What is he gonna do different, right?
Yeah, I
what
mean,
is he gonna do different?
Personally, I don't care who's president. I always feel personally, if you go to work, you put in the work, you pay your taxes, be a good citizen, it's all good, man.
Yeah.
It doesn't affect me personally because I guess I'm not one of those who need government assistance and stuff, so I get it. I'm not gonna, you know, argue on that front. But if we all just be a model citizen, go to work, right? Do our best. We'll be good. But it's the problem. People are just abusing the system way too much.
Yeah.
That, you know, people like ourselves, we finally make some good money, and then we started to think like Republicans, you know? Like, hey, where's my money going, man? Right? I feel like living in California, we just keep paying for stuff that we don't see.
Well, it's a legitimate question, man. Like, where's your money going? Because, you know, we never know where it's going. I would love for these big government agencies, IRS, whatever, to give us a line item audit of where our money is being spent. Like,
100%.
Like, if I knew, hey, you know what, how many millions of dollars went into government phones, government, you know, cell phone bills, or, you know,
schooling.
Oh,
X amount of dollars went to iPads for kids. Dude, I don't care.
Okay.
But give me an itemized receipt.
Yeah, that's
all everyone's asking.
Yeah, where's
right?
the money going, dude?
Yeah, just where the money going?
Yeah.
Right now, if you live in California, we just feel, well, we know everything's here expensive, but what we don't know is where is the money really going?
No, like for instance, like let's just use. I like to use police force or fire department because those budgets are completely untouchable, right?
For sure.
You know, like
We need it. We need those services.
we need it, but you can't have something that's untouchable because like we don't know how much money is being spent on their equipment, their retirement, their training. Now, I'm not saying take away the money. I'm saying let's go ahead audit these organizations, see where they're spending on, and if we could cut here and there and reallocate to another area within that organization, great. You know, I'm not saying take the money away, but you have to know where the money's at, how it's being spent, because very clearly there's waste. You could eyeball it. Anybody with a brain can eyeball it and go, you know what? There's definitely government waste going. Where is the tax dollars going? Give the public the ability to look at the budget. How much is this guy's How much are these guys making? You know what I mean? And how much is it costing them? For instance, like I'm sure that each department has to have a little bit more margin for insurance, has to have a little bit more margin for health insurance, has to have a little bit more margin for getting sued. Okay, fine. Let us know how much that is, because I can tell you, like, anyone could be able to find ways to cut that.
Well, you know, some will argue and say, "Well, that's none of our business."
Oh my God!
But check this out.
It's true. You're right. 100%.
Sports.
Yeah.
You know how much Kobe was making.
Yeah.
You know how much Jordan was making.
Absolutely.
You know how much LeBron is making.
Yeah.
No big deal. But when it comes to the private sector, it's like, no, it's none of your business.
Well, you know, after watching The Last Dance, everybody knows how much Pippen was making. He wasn't making anything.
Dude, segueing into The Last Dance. Look, I have a lot of respect for Pippen, but people forget, man, when you come from nothing, he just wanted to secure some money, some long-term money, right? And then he said it, and you know what? I cannot hate on him. Every person is different.
Sure.
And who knows how contract was back then? What if he got injured?
Yeah.
Does he get that guarantee money? I don't know that, right? They didn't disclose that, but what he said was he wanted to make sure he took care of his family.
You know what? The thing that I saw about The Last Dance and the thing that stuck out for me the most was how, despite how immensely talented Jordan, Pippen, and Rodman were, I mean, we're talking, once-in-a-lifetime talents, right?
Yeah.
They still had so much to overcome, right? It didn't matter what it was. Like, they still had a lot to overcome, despite their talent, So,
just piggybacking on what you just said, it just shows, man, nobody has it easier than anybody else. No. Even when they were at the top.
No.
You look at what they all had to go through, and that's just a lesson in life.
Yeah.
Like, we're all gonna have to overcome. Like today, I'm here standing, I'm like, what the hell was the humming noise? It wasn't here, right? When we did the sound test a couple of weeks ago.
No, it wasn't here.
I'm like, what is that noise? Where did all that come from?
Yeah. But, to go again, man, like, the thing that touched me most about The Last Dance, too, was when it was revealed that as a child, Pippen grew up, he had his father and his brother, both in wheelchairs. Can you imagine that? Like, with a poor family, I think it was like a family of 7.
That's why he made it that decision.
Yeah.
He knew, look, when you have nothing, $1 million is a lot.
It's a lot now. It's a lot for anybody.
For sure, without a doubt. But it just showed how much love he had for his family, man.
True.
And he made that decision, and we all can look back and say, I wouldn't have done that. But we can't say that, because just my personal experience, it's easy for me to tell you how to do things when I'm not in it.
Yeah.
But when it happens to you, it's a whole can of, right?
No, he had to guarantee that, he had to guarantee that money somehow because he had people to take care of.
And
right?
They would have not won or be as successful, I think, had he not take that lower pay cut. And, I don't know, man.
Well, I think in totality, he was able to get it back somehow, right? Like, the last years of his career, the NBA took care of him. Like, the other teams that he played on gave him more money. And I think they even said he ultimately made more than Michael Jordan at the end of, when everything is accounted for, he made more. As far as his NBA salary goes. Now, that's not including endorsements and Air Jordans and all that, where Jordan is absolute king. But, I think ultimately he got done right.
You know what's funny, man? when I saw that documentary, and I was thinking, dude, Pippen's asking for a trade. And this was like the 90s, right?
I couldn't believe that. Yeah. I
But
don't remember
NBA players are doing that now.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, Anthony Davis doesn't want to be with a, you know. So I think he was like the front runner, dude. He kind of paved the way. Like, yo, if you don't take care of me, I'm not gonna be here. I want to trade.
Yeah.
And the Bulls were struggling.
Yeah. They were struggling with that last season.
They were struggling, dude. But it just shows the greatness of Phil Jackson and the team, dude. They pulled it together. But had Pippen not have came back, I don't think.
Oh no, it'd been hard. I mean, a lot of things could have happened, but man, it would have been tough because like you're taking away the secondary, offensive option from Chicago. Sure. It's gone
Defensively and offensively.
And defensively, man, the guy lock anybody down. He would lock anybody down, and the rules back in the 90s were very different from they were.
Bro, they were beating him up. Dude, we talk about it all the time. Oh, if Jordan was in this era, he would kill it. And he would. Greatness is greatness.
Right.
It's just like, I wouldn't have no doubt, and this is debatable, that if you put Kobe in that era, he'd be fine too.
He'd be fine. He'd be great.
He'd be fine too, because Kobe modeled his game because of Jordan.
Right. It's almost the exact same game.
Jordan, back then, NBA players, and Jordan said it, where he said that he knocked on the hotel room of some of his players. He opened the door and he was like, "Weed here." You know what I mean? That would never
women.
Yeah, dude, that's hilarious. Oh. But check this out. Do you remember that one scene where they were in the locker room? They're all drinking Miller Lite, dude.
I remember. Yeah.
Did you see that one?
Was that before the game? I think it was before the game.
No,
was it after the game? After the game. Okay.
They won, and it was Scotty and him. They're all drinking Miller Lite.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I don't think they do that now, but
That's a different generation, man. Like, it's like if you look at the games that, they showed at the Last Dance.
Yeah.
People have been, this generation, oh my God, the NBA back then looked like a brawl. It was so, quote unquote, hood.
Dude, it was ruthless, man.
Yeah, man.
Jordan was, they had like street ball rules.
Yeah.
I remember growing up as a kid when we used to play basketball. We had the no layup policy.
Yeah, correct.
So if you're going up for an easy layup, dude, you're gonna get knocked down, dude. It was called the no layup policy. Right. So it's like you drive in, you're gonna go and you're gonna get contact.
Right. I mean, if you can make it cool.
Yeah, if you make it cool, but
it's not free.
The messed up part was you drive in, you try to do a layup, you get knocked down, and you can't call a foul. Right?
I remember those days. Yeah.
Dude, it's hilarious, man.
Yeah. Yeah, like even the refs, like they were showing some clips of the way the referees talk to the players. They would tell them, "Hey man, toughen up." Oh, that was a foul. No, it wasn't. Toughen up. Like, wow, that would never happen today.
No.
In today's NBA, like you look at somebody.
Well, because today's NBA, at the end of the day, is entertainment.
Sure.
They have to protect their assets because that's what we're paying for. We're paying to see these high-profile players do what they do best, right?
Yeah, but like at times it feels like a layup drill, because people go, well, hand checking, bring back hand checking. You know what? The thing that they need to bring back is not bring back, but get rid of that defensive 3-second violation. Because what it's doing is that you cannot have a center anymore. If you have a defensive 3-second violation, it means no player can be in the key for longer than 3 seconds on the defensive end.
For sure.
You need to have somebody there defending the bucket.
But here's the thing: they are slowly getting rid of the big man.
Nah, man, I know, dude, but dude, like making a guy like Shaq obsolete.
Here's the thing.
That's
my argument is this: the league is gonna be the league. You're only as good as your personnel.
Yeah.
But eventually, you're gonna have another guy like Shaq, and you're gonna be as a coach. No, don't dump him the ball, or he's too slow. He's slowing down the pace. Because we got spoiled because we got to see like our shooters, like Steph, for example.
Oh man, yeah,
amazing, right? Yeah. But not everybody's gonna shoot like that, man.
No, that's gifted. Like here's the thing about Steph. Steph Curry is a gifted shooter. You're not gonna see that too many times anymore, if ever. And to have him and Klay Thompson together is insane, because they could shoot from anywhere in the building.
Anywhere.
I'm not even talking about the floor.
Anywhere.
I'm quite literally talking in the building. They could shoot from anywhere. You're not going to see that again.
What makes him so special to me, he makes it look easy.
Oh,
his
yeah,
shot is it's effortless, right?
I know, just what? And it's in.
Just
you know?
It's like and if you go to YouTube and you watch him do his half court just practice shots, dude, I can't even hit an NBA 3.
No, man,
I can't even think about fading away in an NBA 3.
No.
I mean, for average person, 27 feet is far, man.
Dude, some people can barely see that far. You know what I mean? Right? And look, like I think that he has like some sort of weird record. Like in practice, he hit like 80 threes in a row or something. It was something crazy. I'm like, it doesn't even sound real. But like that's him. That's a special talent.
Special, man.
Like you're not gonna see that again. You know.
But at the end of the day, man, I do miss that post-up game. Just bam.
No, I love the intensity, man.
Yeah, I love when they bang shoulders. They do them. I like moves.
Sure.
That's why I think I always fall in love with guys like Iverson, Kobe, Jordan. They don't need a system, bro.
No.
You give them the rock, they go to work.
Yeah.
KD, all those guys, man.
Yeah.
Like you give the NBA players now, they all have to run some kind of play, and then when the play is dead, it's like if you don't have that Paul Gasol who just goes to work, the Kevin Garnett that just goes to work, the Tim Duncan that goes to work, you're not gonna get a shot. You know, it's just like football. When I watch football, and you know everything happens in seconds, right?
Yeah.
And you know the play is dead because the quarterback has nowhere to throw because the receivers already ran their route and they're like, I don't know what to do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's so awkward.
Yeah.
It's so awkward. That's the only thing about football that to me is awkward. Is when the play is dead, you don't know what to do.
Yeah, there's guys that are just standing around. You know.
Yeah, because they're like, okay, the play's dead. But in basketball, you need guys like special guys like Kobe, Jordan, those guys who can create.
And you know what I miss about basketball too is that, you know, back in the 90s and early 2000s and, you know, even in the 80s, like positions were specialized. You had to have a guy, a true shooting guard, a guy to distribute the ball, a center, and then every team had like that thug, right? You had to have that power forward, the guy, just the goon. You don't see that anymore. All the players now are kind of all the same.
Look,
you know,
you always need the muscle. You need one. I call him the MF. You need one MF in your team because and Chicago had Rodman.
Yeah.
He don't back down.
He doesn't.
When Kobe's the 2001 the 2014 the last two championships we won.
Yeah.
I'm bad with dates, but we had our test. Like we had muscle.
Yeah, no, our chest was bad dude.
You know, you need one.
Yeah.
You need a Charles Oakley. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you do.
No, I'm sorry. You need one.
Yeah.
Because when you go into playoffs, especially the finals, it's war.
Yeah, it is.
It's war. I could like you now, but it's nothing personal on the court.
And they're not calling fouls, man. In the finals, they don't call fouls back. You know, they're not doing it.
Yeah.
You know.
So you're going to war, and things are gonna happen. And if I had an Artest or an Oakley, I would feel good.
You feel better. You'd be like, I like my chances. You know, we're okay.
And that's why the Pistons, they brought love them or hate them, man, but they brought this street.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you're not gonna get it easy, right? You're not gonna get it easy.
You're gonna work for it, man. I'll make you work for it.
And then they won 2 championships for it.
Yeah.
Because the team was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do, and they're like.
No, I love that. Like Detroit back in the day had Bad Boys and the Knicks, and then to a lesser extent Miami Heat under Pat Riley with Alonzo Mourning and Tim Hardaway. They were some bad teams in the East, man. In the East, man, the style of play between the East and the West was so very different.
100%.
You know, like in the East, man, it was like.
I think the next dominant team is gonna need some of that. Like you bring let's say 3 stars that can really play.
Yeah.
But they're like Rodman and Charles Oakley. You know what I mean? Dude, I would love that team. Put those personnel with LeBron.
Oh man, you'd win like at least 3-4 in a row.
Yeah.
3-4 in a row, man, easy. With LeBron, LeBron's a special talent. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Any era he would do well, if not dominate. No doubt about it. There's no doubt about it.
No doubt about it, dude.
You know, he could adjust his game. You know, if he'd had to post up, he would. If he had to play in the '90s and fight every game, he'd fight. He's just that kind of guy.
I don't think he'll fight.
I don't know, man. I think that he's apparently like the nicest guy in the world.
But here's the thing: whether he fight or not, I still wouldn't mess with that dude.
Oh no,
He's
no,
huge, dude. It's freaking huge. No way.
But I guarantee you, dude, he would get messed with. It's almost like he's a target, right? Like back in the day, like if you were a big dude like that, you had to prove it. Because like a guy like Rodman would definitely test you. A guy like Charles Oakley, Anthony Mason, like Xavier McDaniel, like they see you almost as like, oh man, that's my test right there. I have to try to break that dude down. Now you don't really see that much anymore. You don't see it much. The guys are homies, they're friends off the court. It's a different era, different game.
Yeah. But I miss basketball at the end of the day, man. We need our sports, man.
Yeah.
And I don't see how they're gonna be able to pull this off.
What?
Okay, so football is scheduled to come back.
Is it still scheduled to come back?
Yeah.
Okay. But are they playing with people, fans, or in the arenas, or are they?
I can't speak on that because I don't know the whole gist of it.
Yeah.
But obviously, they're trying to make it a thing. Like,
what was disappointing was the XFL 2.0 went under because of the virus. Man, I got disappointed. It was enjoyable. I kind of liked it, man. I like seeing that extra football year round, man.
Yeah, a lot of things is gonna go under, and it's because we can't be close to each other anymore.
Yeah.
At least I don't know for how long this is gonna be, but this is the new norm.
Yeah, I know. It's gonna be like this for a little while. At least minimum 1 year. I think minimum 1 year.
And I don't know about you, man, but washing my hands all this time, my man's chapped. I always have to bring lotion now.
Yeah.
I don't want to say I'm paranoid, but man, I don't want to get it.
No, of course not, man. Like you don't want to be, you probably survive it, but you don't want to be debilitated for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I don't want to be sick.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't want to be sick. I take pride in taking care of my body, eating right, and who likes to be sick?
Nobody.
Especially with something that can kill you.
No, man. But you know what's weird? Like I've heard that there's some people with it that display no symptoms. They'll never be sick, but they're carrying it, right? Which is weird.
And this is why they're doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because they know this, and we talked about it a week ago where you were telling me it's an enemy you can't see.
I can't see it, man. Yeah. You cannot defeat it with guns. Like people think, oh, I'm gonna, go out with my gun, some redneck, like, yeah, you're gonna protest. Dude, what is it doing? It's a virus, man, and it doesn't discriminate. You could be white, black, Asian, Hispanic, whatever, dude. It will infect you. Like, for whatever reason, some people have some sort of weird immunity to it where they could be carriers but not really have any symptoms. But that's almost worse, right? Because like that person could pass it on to somebody not even knowing it. He could pass it on to 10, 20 people and not even know it.
And that's all true. The problem I have with our country, and this is one of the problems, is that there's so many sources.
Yeah.
And depending on what you watch, who you watch, what channel you watch, they're gonna have their views.
Yeah.
Right? And that's why our country is so all over the place.
It's fragmented, man. Yeah.
It's like they're trying to confuse you.
Yeah.
We all know what viruses do. We all know how they pass, at least this respiratory one, right? And in theory, for me, it makes sense. But can I get people to do it? Probably not.
No.
But in theory, if we all stayed in, the virus can't move. People move the virus.
Right.
The virus doesn't move. It doesn't take flight. let me find a person and go in his lungs.
Yeah.
Right? So knowing what we know, if the world, every country, right, we make it this thing where we're gonna do it. Everybody, doesn't matter where you're from. You might be in a low risk area, but we're all gonna do it together. We'll freeze payments, and the countries that don't have masks will send a mask, and we will have, we'll hire people and their job will be delivering food. Let's get this food, and we all stayed in together for like, let's say, a month. I think that thing goes away, man.
A month would be a long time. Like, it really only took 2 weeks, right?
For sure, but
You know?
we can't do it now because we already wasted 2 months.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
We already wasted 2 months.
Now, I know it's out of control now.
Imagine me bringing this idea now. It's gonna be like, hell no.
No.
Hell no, I'm gonna stay in
No.
another month. But when it was fresh, when China was getting it,
Yeah.
right? Italy was getting it. When it was fresh, if the leaders would have came in, said, we're gonna do this for humanity. It doesn't matter what country, what race, what religion, because the virus don't care.
It doesn't care.
So we shouldn't care, but we all do this together. I think it goes away, man.
You know what? Like, people like to say, well, why can't we be like Sweden, right? You know, they never had any, strict lockdown rules. Well, like, Sweden has
Have you been to
seeing-
Sweden?
No.
Okay, I've been there 3 times.
Uh-huh.
Major difference between Swedish and American.
What's the difference? I'm just curious.
Besides, most of them are all white.
Okay.
But no. But okay.
Like, the Nordic, are they
okay.
Nordic people? And, like, or-
Europeans in general, they're healthier.
Okay.
In general, they ride their bikes, and in Sweden they walk around. Also, they're not all compact into one city. They're all spread out too.
Spread out.
But also, most Europeans, they have pretty good education, man.
They do.
You can talk to most Europeans and you can hold up a conversation. I can't say this about our fellow Americans. Some of you guys, man, I can't because they don't have the, I don't know.
They don't have the bandwidth. Like when you say, hey, they just don't have the bandwidth, right?
Yeah, to be nice, they don't have the bandwidth, dude.
There's no bandwidth there.
We are in, like, I'm talking, satellite radio, they're still in AM, FM. You know what I mean?
No, like, they're still dial-up and we're like, whatever it is, Wi-Fi, right?
Yeah.
They just don't have the bandwidth.
I can't, man. And we all know our education system is like...
Oh, our public
trash.
education system in the U.S. is horrible.
It's horrible. And just watch TV. I don't even have cable TV, but just watch TV. The junk that's on TV.
Oh, yeah. For the lowest common denominator.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And going back to Sweden, it's probably one of the cleanest countries I ever seen.
Really?
It's very. I've been to Sweden 3 times, and if you guys like nature, Sweden is very, very beautiful, man. And people are so, like, they love their country, man. They don't throw trash around.
There's nobody graffitiing or pissing on the sidewalk or anything. Like, you don't have homeless people running around, right?
And I remember partying with the Swedes. When you go party with them, man, they'll drink with you, right? And in America, it's like, you go to a party, everyone guards their beer. It's like, who are you, right?
Yeah.
I never had a problem with any party when I was younger partying because I always brought beer. And I was like, yo, I don't know you, but I bought beer.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Feel free.
They'll let you in.
Yeah.
And in Sweden, it's like, yo, drink with us. We're all going to drink together. In America, man.
Like we definitely have our issues in America. I think that, overall, I think we do better than we should. I think that we're awesome as a country because I think that the difference with America is that at the very least, no matter what, at the end of the day, the American dream is true. Like, you can succeed here. Doesn't matter how you came to the country or, what economic status you were born into, you can make it in the U.S. if you work hard enough.
Yeah.
I don't think that we could say the same thing for a lot of other countries,
No.
including the European ones.
No.
Because, like, once you're born into a particular stratus, that's it. Like, you're pretty much going to be there plus or minus 1 or 2. In the U.S., you could be born, the son of a pauper. And, man, if you work hard enough and you get a couple good breaks here and there, you got a little talent, man, you can make it.
Well,
No other country.
look, that's the American dream, man.
No other country.
This is one reason why I love being an American.
Yeah.
And I love our country.
Yeah.
And it's just and you hit it right in the nail. There's nowhere where you can come from the bottom, put some work, educate yourself, and make something of yourself.
Oh, you could be incredible if you
Dude,
wished.
in Cambodia, if you were, real talk. In Cambodia, if you were born poor, brother, you're poor, man. You're poor. You go to school, you can do, you ain't doing nothing, man.
Just accept it. Just
You're born poor. You are poor, and maybe like a 0.001% breaks out of that mold.
Yeah.
But you're poor.
Yeah, and just accept it, man. Just live your life. That's it.
And this goes out to all the Americans. I probably get a lot of flack from this, but we are lucky to be here.
We are.
And if you're an American and you're broke and you're poor,
hey, that's your fault, man.
that's your fault, brother.
Yeah.
That's your fault.
Yeah.
I am sorry.
Yeah.
You speak perfect English. That's your fault, man. I always struggled in school because English wasn't my first language.
Right.
When I was in preschool, I didn't know English, dude.
Of course, like me too. Like
I went to school like, what are you guys talking about, right? You know?
Yeah.
It was because of cartoons and I struggled a lot during school because I didn't have good grammar, so I was all over the place.
Well, to be fair, there's a lot of native speakers that were born in the U.S. that don't have those things either, right?
And that's sad. That's sad though.
Dude, try going into some of these cities or whatever the case may be. I'm not going to name names, but there are times I have difficulty when I travel understanding people from different cities too. It's like the differences in lingo or the difference in education levels that they receive. Not their fault, but but then it is, because how this was explained to me with this. If you have internet now, you have the ability to make yourself a better person. If you have it, so long as you have internet,
for sure,
the entirety of human knowledge is on the internet. You could
100%.
better yourself. There's even free programs. There's inexpensive certificate programs you could do on the internet, right? You can make money so long as you've got internet connection. But instead, what do people do with internet? They go on Facebook. They go on their social media.
Yeah.
They gossip.
Yeah.
They don't do anything of substance on the internet. All they do, complaining when the entirety of human knowledge is on there.
100%.
That's their fault.
One valuable lesson I learned in my life, and I grew up in Lincoln Heights. It's a city. It's a sister city right by Boyle Heights.
Yeah.
And I grew up in the hood, man. And if you knew me back then, I probably sound like a little cholo.
Okay.
Because those were all my friends. And a millionaire once told me, you have to change the way you talk.
Definitely.
You can't sound like you came out of a rap album because the majority of the world is a blue collar working.
Well, dude, there's definitely the English language and there's business English that everybody uses. Yeah. Right. Like you could speak English, so to speak, with your friends, but there's definitely business English that is used around the world.
For sure.
And that's worldwide.
Yeah. I had to learn how to speak in a way where I can speak to everyone.
Right.
I can't have this vibe about me and expect you to like that.
No, you have to have kind of like a bland, professional demeanor. And obviously this is reserved for, business purposes. I personally like running a business. I don't like that. I like to be a little more loose. I don't like it when employees are far too professional. For me, it's off-putting. Because I like to run the company a little more family oriented. I want people to be comfortable. However, with that being said, when you're speaking to clients, when you're traveling, you definitely have to revert to standard business English. That doesn't leave a lot of room for interpretation.
Dude, I have levels. If I go to a meeting and it's a high profile client, I'm gonna be more professional.
Absolutely.
But then if I'm with my friends I grew up with, I'm a little more different.
Of course.
Like I have levels.
Of course.
But some people have one level. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they only have one level, and that's the only level they know. And that level doesn't work for everything.
No, it doesn't. But yeah, man, going back to my travels too, man. When I'm overseas, when I'm abroad, people are happy. Like here's the other misconception is that I think in America people think that just because they're from another country it's a shithole. Not the case. There's a lot of very modern countries, even these quote unquote shithole countries. They've got their good areas, their bad areas, right? The only thing really that the U.S. has on any of these countries, because for the most part people are happy, right? They go about their business, they live their lives, they're in good condition, good morale. Like we discussed earlier, you can move up. in the U.S. Man, there is no ceiling. You know,
None.
if you want to move up, you can move up. Man, in Philippines, Cambodia, South America, man, dude, like if you just were born and you didn't win the birth lottery, sorry, man, that's it, man. You're just gonna be,
Okay, to be fair,
sell shit on the street,
I seen shithole here too.
Absolutely.
I thought, born and raised in LA, I knew what ghetto and shithole looked like.
No.
And this is true story, man. I was in Missouri. I was in the street called Oreo Street. It was in St. Louis. Holy crap.
Yeah.
It was scary.
Yeah.
Like scary. You would see boarded up windows, and then 2 houses down, someone would live, in those houses.
Yeah.
And rugged.
Yeah.
Rugged. And it looked as if time stood still there.
Yeah.
There's no new development. And America, when people think about America, they think LA, New York, Miami.
Yeah.
Right? Am I right?
Yeah, these beautiful modern cities, right?
Yeah, modern cities. And we have great nature too.
Dude, we have everything here.
Yeah, we have everything here.
Yeah.
But we are not perfect.
No.
We are not perfect. Growing up in LA, man, it's hard. I get this question a lot. Can you see yourself ever leaving LA? It's very hard for me, man. Not just because of the weather. I got so used to diversity.
Yeah.
I got so used to, because of diversity, the different types of food.
Absolutely.
And man, my friends, just different. Everyone's freaking different.
Yeah.
It is, to me, that's beautiful.
It is.
And I would never want to go to a place where I don't feel welcome.
Right.
Personally.
I felt it, man. Hey, man, you know what, dude? Like I said, we're not perfect. I felt it more than once.
Oh.
More than once.
If you're not white American, you felt it. No, let's just...
Straight talk, right?
Straight talk, real talk.
Okay,
no,
real talk.
If you're not white American,
yeah,
you feel it.
Yeah.
Look, when you're white American here, the only way I can empathize is when I went to Cambodia. Then I felt like I'm the man. We're all the same here.
We're all the same. Yeah.
But here, no. When you live in LA, you don't really feel it because it's different here. Everyone here is here we all have kind of the same common goals.
Yeah.
We just want a better life. We like the lifestyle, whatever, right? But I can't speak about that for everywhere else, man.
It's true. No, it's 100% true. Yeah, and when I traveled overseas to Asia, it was weird because first time, in Asian countries, I'm like, wow, man. Well, first of all, I felt tall. I felt like I was a giant. And look, I'm 5'8". I'm a legit 5'8".
Yeah.
I got measured back in the day when I was in law enforcement, all that. Legit 5'8".
Yeah, but in Asia, 5'8" is like 6'4".
Oh my God, I felt so powerful.
Yeah. You know what's funny about Asians, man? Asians are known to be nice and whatever, right?
Yeah.
But Asians are racist too, but they're only racist amongst each other.
Well, yeah, you know what? Here's the thing. Just because I was because I was a giant at 5'8", I got a lot of people asking me if I was from Samoa or if I was, born in Saipan or Guam. And I'm like, dude, no, I'm Filipino. Really? They would go, really? I'm like, yeah, I was born in Manila. Are you sure you're not Samoan? It's like, dude, come on, man. Now it's like a discriminatory thing amongst your own.
Now you're busting my balls.
Yeah, man, come on. I just told you. I've got my birth certificate, you know? But I did find that very funny because you're right. There is definitely racism, even, between Asians.
But it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're Cambodian, you're like at the bottom of the barrel.
Oh, you know what? There's even lower, right? Like Hmongs, I know, like they don't even have their own country.
Well,
right?
yeah. Cambodians are at the bottom half, dude.
Okay. Is that Hmong? Is that considered Cambodia? I don't know. Hmong.
You know what? I should know, but I don't. So
okay.
But Hmongs are like, they're from that part, like Cambodia, Vietnam, all that.
Yeah, they don't have a country.
Laos.
Yeah.
And I can't speak about their race, but I think Cambodians, man, we're like at the bottom of the barrel, dude.
No, I think that there's lower. I think that if you go Pacific Islander, I think if you go from like Saipan, you go Guam, that's really like
we're at the bottom.
That's the bottom as far as like Asian Pacific Islander.
Yeah.
Where are you from? Guam. Oh man, this uneducated hick, you know, like it's almost like calling someone like a redneck, right?
For sure.
You know.
But you know, there's good people everywhere, man.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's what I look for. I look for the beauty, man. There's so many people amongst my group of friends from, you know, everywhere.
No, you know, like we're very lucky, and I count my blessings that we live in the U.S. and we could call U.S. home because, like, at the very least, right, being an American citizen, if you want to live abroad, you can. You can always come back.
Yeah.
It doesn't work the other way around.
No.
It don't work the other way around, man. You know what I mean? You know?
I wish we were more globalized, where if I wanted to work in Germany, it'd be a thing. If the Germans want to work here, it'd be a thing.
Yeah.
But we can't.
You know, like there's a lot of reasons for it, man. Like, I get it. You know, you don't want like to inundate a country with like foreigners and like take jobs away from the locals. I know,
totally.
I get all that, you know. But like I said, we're in a very privileged position, and America's so big that it has enough for everyone's flavor, right?
True.
Like, hey, if you want to, run around with your guns and your trucks, hey, go to Texas, go to, Oklahoma, whatever. Hey, if you want to live in a city, you want a little more, cosmopolitan lifestyle, go to LA, go to Miami. It's got a little bit.
If you get enough same race, and you make your own community, dude. I go to Alhambra and the 626 all the time because I love Asian food, man.
Yeah, man.
And when I go there, it's like everything's in Chinese or everything's in Asian characters. Right. I'm like, dude, it's crazy, dude.
Well, dude, in LA, man, you know what? If you go to East Los,
yeah.
I mean, it looks like Mexico. It looks like
Little TJ.
It looks like Little TJ.
Little TJ, man.
And if that's your flavor, dude, America has it for you. It's there. You could have it.
100%, man. And what? That's LA.
Yeah.
When people, you know what? Same thing about LA. You know, I hate when people ask me, when I ask people, where do you live at? And they say LA. I'm like, dude, where in LA? Because we're all from LA.
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah.
And then they'll tell me something like, oh, I live in Palos Verdes. And I'm thinking, okay, that's like,
no,
to me, that's not LA.
That's
personally.
Malibu. That's
personally.
Yeah.
The vibe is so different. To me, that's not LA.
That's wonderful.
That's to me. Are you in LA County? For sure. But so is Long Beach. And when I go to Long Beach, the vibe's already different.
Significantly different, right?
Right? Long Beach, I feel like the vibe's already different. And if we can all just do us a favor, where are you from? I'm going to say downtown LA. So your mind says, there's a location, I know where that is. You're from Silver Lake. Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right, Eagle Rock. Okay. But don't tell me LA. And then, you live in Carson.
Oh, yeah, no.
Even though, technically, you are in LA County. But LA to me, man, people can give me a lot of flack for this. LA to me, it's downtown, Boyle, Lincoln, Hollywood.
The real LA.
Yeah, the real LA, right? We're talking about Beverly Hills, Santa Monica.
Westwood, like those areas.
Yeah, Westwood, Culver.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah, more or less.
Right?
Yeah.
And then that's it, man. If I miss another city, don't get mad.
Well, like, hey, if you're like from East Los is really like, that's its own entity, right? East Los is like completely
Boyle, East Los, and like Silver Lake, Echo Park.
Yeah.
To me, growing up, that's LA. To me, that's LA, and then everything else is just like, because I put downtown LA the center.
It is. And
like,
it is.
For me, if I look at the map, you ask me where's LA, I'm gonna say downtown LA. Yeah. That's the center.
It is.
And everything around it is just.
Well, you forget like the valley, right? We always forget the valley. Like, the valley is like.
The valley it's in LA County. Hey.
But
I don't consider it LA. If you told me I live in the valley, I respect that. Dude, I went to Cal State Northridge, man. I lived there for 8 years.
Yeah.
And why can't you just represent where you from? Snoop Dogg represented Long Beach and Compton, right?
True.
Right?
Nobody represents the Valley, right?
But
Nobody goes like Van Nuys,
yeah,
man. Yeah.
nobody says I'm from the Valley.
Yeah.
If you told me I'm from the Valley, I'll be, oh shoot, hell yeah, right? They'll say they're from LA, but they don't know any streets in LA.
No. They get lost.
Like, they couldn't refer me to some good Thai food. Am I right?
No, yeah.
Dude,
100%, man.
if you ask me, if you were in the Valley, you ask me, Joe, where's a good Thai spot? I know a spot.
Yeah.
Pho, I know a spot. Mexican food, I know a spot. Because I used to live there. But I would never represent a city that I know nothing of.
That's true, yeah.
Personally.
You know what? Like, I always say I'm from Whittier.
No, but
like me, I'm
but
like...
take pride in that.
And I do.
When you say Whittier,
Yeah.
me being from LA, a local, I'm thinking, dude, I know Whittier, dude.
Dude, Whittier is the American dream. Like, I like to talk about my hometown because it is like going back to the 50s, it hasn't changed much. But instead of, how do I say this? It's going back to the 50s, but it's diverse. It has the same values that we used to have as a country in the 50s, but it's diverse. And that's why I enjoy it.
You wanna know what's funny, dude? When I think about Whittier, I think of hood. But
No, man,
but I seen nice Whittier.
Dude, it's gorgeous, man.
No,
Gorgeous
really.
dudes, yeah.
I seen like, this is Whittier? Oh, it's South Whittier. I don't know what they call it, but
Well, people confuse Whittier and Pico Rivera. Now, Pico
Yeah,
Rivera, that's
dude.
different. Pico
Yeah.
Rivera, Montebello, and East Los are right next to each other.
right next.
And then you have Whittier. Whittier is where like all the rich Mexicans go to retire. Right? If you're a rich Mexican, you go to Whittier to retire.
And
if
I
you're
know,
a poor Mexican,
I know nothing about Whittier.
yeah.
You asked me about Boyle Heights, you asked me about Lincoln Heights, Elko Park, Silver Lake, the metropolitan LA. I know. You asked me about Whittier, I know nothing.
No, man, we're like right there. For me, from Whittier to get to the office here in the tower, downtown LA, maybe 40 minutes tops, taking side streets. That's how close Whittier is. You know, it's like that little hidden gem, you know, which I like.
It's sad because 40 minutes is close in LA.
Yeah, but side streets. I'm not talking about freeway.
Yeah.
You know, 40 minutes casually driving on side streets.
Yeah,
I can get here.
dude.
no problem.
Only in LA, we talk about distance in minutes. We don't talk about distance in miles, right?
No. You gotta go by minutes.
Oh, how far is Santa Monica? Oh, it's about 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you're like, but it's only like 12 miles.
Oh yeah, that's about right.
I'm like, yeah, but that's how long it's gonna take you to get there.
But you know what? Here's the other thing, man. As you know, going to other countries, dude, we are spoiled as far as our traffic here goes. When I went to Colombia, when I was in Philippines, Seoul, I will never complain about traffic in the U.S. ever again in my life.
I was in Bangkok, and holy crap, man!
Right. Tell me about that, dude. Like, how was it?
Okay, if you were in a tall building in Bangkok and you look outside, I can tell you pound for pound, it looks bigger in LA.
Okay.
Like you just see buildings everywhere.
Yeah.
Like as far as the eye can see, all 360.
Yeah.
You're like, dude, I thought LA was big, but Bangkok, you just see everything, right? And in Bangkok is weird because you have rich and then you have poor living amongst each other.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a GoPro. We ran out of.
Oh, we're out?
We ran out of battery.
Oh man.
So we just have to close the show.
Oh, all right. Well, we're closing then.
We are closing.
All right.
Because we ran out of footage.
Well,
guys, I thank each and every one of you for tuning in. Jamie, thank you for having this dream of yours. And
we're gonna have a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, dude, I had a good time. We talked and the time just flew, dude.
It did.
We were like, let's do 30 minutes.
We got easily an hour.
Yeah.
Hour
easy.
footage. Cool.
All right. Until next time, guys, we will talk to you.
All right. Talk to you guys soon. Cool.